So Lucia Egan is a prominent transphobe, all right? And I know she hates trans people because, for one, she has hashtag radfem in her Twitter bio, and the second hashtag is actually super lesbian. So yes, she is really transphobic. So much so she wants to amplify it. She wants to just screech it out into the wind. She wants you to know specifically how much she hates trans people on a day-to-day basis. And she considers herself an illustrator and a writer, but we all know at the end of the day, what she really is cringe. So she started this. Thank you for retweeting and liking and sharing your stories about who and what you lost thanks to gender ideology. Well, thank you. No problem. Lost? Yes. Lost. They're gone. They disappear. I didn't know that the gender ideology cops were sneaking in your ducks and stuff and combat roll into the room in your small child's room and then get a big gender ideology syringe and stick it right into their spine and pump them. They're pumping them. Oh my gosh, they're pumping them full of gender ideology. Oh my gosh. And once they're good and stuffed, they leave. And then all of a sudden you wake up and your kid is trans. It's so sad. Happens all of the time in the real world where these things actually happen and they aren't the figments of imaginations of people who base their entire ideology and personality around the hatred of groups of people. This person created the hashtag Vigil for the Lost. These people are apparently literally gone to transphobes. And so what is this for? Well, she writes it out herself. I asked people on Twitter who and what they lost to gender ideology. Here are their answers. Join this peaceful event as well as by adding the hashtag Vigil to the Lost to your tweets. Let your voice be heard. I want to pinpoint this for 1 second. All right. Can I open this? Can I open this critical cringe? All right. Voice. Let your hashtag voice be heard. Now, you may be asking yourself one more time, all right? There are a lot of questions here. Don't worry. I had many questions too. What is a voice? A voice is your woman voice, all right? And not that stinky trans voice. It's the good, clean, undingy woman voice, because apparently trans people aren't women when they identify as that, I guess. Yeah. Hashtag voice. And I promise you this, that the cringe doesn't stop here. It actually gets far, far worse. Now, what did this person lose? A husband, a family, a new life, a daughter, a best friend, my political allies, my various friends, the expectation that I'm a decent person before I say a word, and all the lost potential from that waste. Oh no, people don't like me because I base my entire because I think that hating trans people is a personality trait. And so her husband dumped her. The family doesn't like her. The thing is, when I see gendered pronouns, I'm not sure if I'm misgendering people, because I don't know if this daughter is actually a son or a non-binary sibling. My bad, not a sibling. Just child. I don't know. I cannot tell unless they spell out how much they love misgendering the person in the message. I actually cannot tell. So this is really unfortunate as well. The possibility of trusting lib femmes ever again. So many just go along with it. Oh no, so many lib femmes have fallen into the horrible trap of gender ideology, whatever that means. We lost women's clubs and sports events. No, the trans people just walk around with their big anti-women's club-inator and they suck away the women's club. The women's club is gone. No, I can't believe that I have to be in my women's club with a 5'4" trans woman. Anything but this. Feminist groups and lesbian-only bars. No, how can this be happening? We can't even do our woke segregation, bro. Just people, it's really interesting. This entire Vigil for the Lost is just transphobes complaining about how people don't like them anymore because they hate trans people. They come out, right, with their pussy hat, and they come out with their anti-trans flags, and they say that they're super lesbian, and everyone's like, bro, nobody likes you. You don't have any friends. When you search lib femmes on Google, all you need to get is the tweet. Yeah, that's it. I don't know what that means. Yes, Thanks to gender ideology, we're losing not just people, but also women's spaces. We're losing history. We're losing sports or rights. Sports or rights. It's one of the two. She's just not sure yet. We're losing lesbians as well. Wait a second. Lesbians are disappearing. They're like a lost species. They're being bred out of existence. History is even being erased. Trans people are erasing the fabric of time. I have never in my entire life even heard this sort of like doomsday. Trans people are literally ripping apart the fabric of time, and we're going to be lost in the wishy-washy like spaghettified like space-time continuum that has no beginning and has no end, and we don't even know where the present is. We're just flowing through parallel dimensions, all because we accepted gender ideology, I guess. No, time traveling trans lesbians, anything but this. So many lesbians sold to the gender pup. What the fuck does that mean? I got any lesbians in chat that sold to the gender pup? Give the pup back. Give the lesbians their pup back, please. Lost my last closest remaining family member to this cult. Now I'm the most evil transphobe on the planet, apparently. You probably are. And you're right, these are Britbongers. Look at them go. No, it's my puppy now. I lost the PublishOX platform. I was a big proponent. Then I said I stood with J.K. Rowling, and now they deleted my blog. Jokes on them though, because I had copies of the posts. That's not the jokes on them. They don't want you there anymore. You're gone. Imagine that. Jokes on them. I ran away with my papers before they could kick me out. Okay, cool. An old friend, a boyfriend, a music collaborator. Just to let you know, my close friends of 8 years, we've been together through so much and it feels like grief. I miss her in my life. Also my online support network, as well as my fan community that I felt a part of. Mind you, okay? Mind you, let me tell you one thing super quickly, okay? Before we go any further. When they say lost, when they say gone, they lost something. Something's no longer in their life anymore. You know what that really means? What lots of these people really mean? It's not like these people, for some people, these people are actually gone, as in they no longer associate with them anymore. But for a lot of these people, what they really mean is that they just believe trans people are valid. That's it. When they say lost, they mean trans people are valid. That's it. Like these people, they wake up and they look on their phone and they see like an anti-trans meme, and then they show it to their friend. It's like, haha, look, I hate trans people. Haha, it's so funny, right? And the friend goes, ooh, that's not funny. And then they're like, no, you're lost to the woke cult. No, anything but this. And then they just start crying and shitting their pants, and it's just become a massive issue. It's become a really big issue. All right, they're just blowing through women's wipes. It's just really bad. It's just starting to get really bad. But it's the rampant entitlement that these people have for other people to believe the same things they do, and with the same hatred, vitriolic hatred that they do, is just so incredibly disheartening, right? We can just look through a couple more of these. Like I said, I haven't read through almost any of these, right? Yep, lots of very good people who just can't see the repercussions of being kind to women, children, and LGB, not the T, remember, and actual transsexuals when they applied to and including men with paraphilias. Mind you, this is what they mean when they say trans women. It's just sad, and one day they'll realize, just not yet. I don't know, apparently this is just gonna blow up one day. I guess the trans women are holding up a massive spirit bomb around the world, and we just don't know yet. Every time a trans woman like stretches and holds her arms up, she's like actually what she's really doing is charging the spirit bomb that the God Queen trans femme will then drop on the entire world, destroying us all from the inside out. Maybe, who knows? Something along these lines, apparently, because this is what these people actually believe or something. I don't get it. Why the Dragon Ball Z analogy though? Gundam is better. Gundam is for nerds. Gundam is for dweebs. I don't know anything about Gundam besides robot with big gun go pew and then robot with big sword goes swing, and that's it. That's it. That's all I know. That's all I know. Is she joking? This is so ironic coming from a lesbian. No, she's not joking. None of these people are joking. They're 100% serious. Women losing shelters and sanctuary from domestic abuse. Mind you, trans people, trans women in particular, face a lot of abuse and could get a lot of use out of those women, out of these women's shelters and spaces and sanctuaries from domestic abuse, sexual abuse, physical abuse, that they experience, but they want to kick them out because they don't think that they deserve it, I guess, because ever having testosterone in your body for any point in time means that you're like a super rapist or something. Because a lot of these people, a lot of these TERFs, what they actually believe, right, is that like once a man, always a man, right? Once you had that testosterone, you got the man brain, and which just makes you rape. Just men aren't actually people; they're just like vehicles to sexually assault women, and that's it. Their misandry comes out through their hatred of trans women specifically, and also trans, and their hatred for trans men comes from their thinking that these women, instead of just living like women, they decide to be men to escape sexism or something, which I don't think a single trans man can tell you that's true. But you know what? They can just go on and try and believe it anyways. They just make up shit in their head and then just say it's true or something. And all these people have just about the same story. Oh no, this gender cult, they're being nice to trans people. This can't be happening. I'm estranged from my online community that I belong to for 20 years after being attacked by posters I previously considered sane. They bullied me for simply because I expressed skepticism towards gender ideology and the medication of children. This is her saying, I don't know anything about gender therapy. I don't know anything about the treatment of trans children, and so I started talking out of my ass. And when people corrected me, I saw that as an assault on my very being, and so I had to leave. Instead of actually learning about anything, they don't care about learning. They couldn't care less. My baby friends, academic freedom. Oh no, we lost a vibrant, supportive lesbian community from the 90s. Apparently, the lesbian community has been blown away like dust on a cupboard. It's ridiculous. It's stupid. It's ridiculous, and this goes on for far too long, But at the end of the day, her baby, yes, the trans people stole her baby. That's just like apparently to TERFs, that's just what like trans people do. Apparently, they just like steal the baby or something. I don't even know. I can't even begin to tell you, because they are just so completely unhinged that I'm not even sure what they mean anymore when they say words. They have thoroughly destroyed the English language to the point where I don't even understand what they're saying anymore. And honestly, another thing that I noticed is a lot of these terms and words that they started to make have helped them estrange themselves. They lost the baby. Wait, did you guys see that post? Wait, a little bit different. Did you guys see that post that was like, this guy, his wife went in because she may have been having a miscarriage, and then he tweeted about it, and then afterwards he got the results back from the doctor, and then he tweeted, "We lost the baby," and this guy said, "Found him," and then posted a picture of the baby. I was like losing my mind over it. It was so bad. Oh no is like one of the only responses that you can have to that, honestly. But the wild language that she made helps her estrange themselves even more from like the general populace. When you talk about lib females and all this sort of like rad femme, super lesbian sort of like made up words that they like to conjure up in their own communities, we do it too. I mean, pog champ, cringe based. I mean, some of those words we didn't necessarily make up, but we started appropriating them in a way that really makes us different from, the general populace. We're not normal. we're not fucking normal, okay? If you're watching this stream and you think that you're normal, you're not. If you watch Twitch and you think you're normal, let me tell you, buddy, you're not, okay? You're not normal. I'm streaming here and I'm definitely not normal, all right? It ain't be that way, but that's gamer speak, not commie code. We're not talking about commie code. We're not talking about commie code here. I'm just talking about people on Twitch, all right? Just talking about people on Twitch. So this sort of language, lots of people who like defoo sort of do this thing. Incels do this a lot with a lot of their made up words like gymcel, volcel, looks maxing, what was it, like money maxing as well. Just they use a lot of these terms to help like pull a lot of people away from integrating and once again being a part of the broader community. Cox maxing, that's true. Because language is one of the easiest ways to communicate with, one of our only ways to really communicate with people. Language is one of the big ways to communicate with people. And if you don't share that common language, then all of a sudden these people seem foreign to you. Imagine like all of a sudden you're in these like anti-trans spaces. You start learning all of the language and the lingo and the way that they think and act. And all of a sudden you now start to become estranged in your own like physical communities because you are just so absolutely lost to your idea that trans people are going to steal your baby and like eat and then like eat your uterus while you sleep, that that you now just start conjuring up your own like reality about the world. And it's just ridiculous. I know a lot of these people, there's 100% on the other side. They're like, oh, everyone was super cool until this person started going by super lesbian and rad femme about how much they hate trans people, and this became like in their entire personality. And we can't even talk to them about normal things anymore without them like interjecting. Like it's like Steven Crowder. Remember how Steven Crowder posted like an ultrasound of his literal child, and he said, ultrasound of my kid. I bet the libs really hate this. I'm really owning the libs with my nuclear family, dude. I'm really whipping and nay-naying. I'm really dabbing on all the libs with my nuclear family, dude. And he can't even have like a nice moment with his pregnant wife. He has to like interject that into it. Yeah, that's probably not a person that you really want to be spending time with. Let's be completely honest with you. These people are losers. These people have no life. And these people just make other people's lives worse for no other reason but to try to boost themselves in this wild topsy-turvy world that we have without any care for the damage that they're doing to other people in society. All right. Segment over. And I guess Boo's going to join us for the rest of the stream now.